Hey guys, I just want to start the video by saying I'm really sorry. In the last video I did something very bad and I saw in the comments that I made a lot of you uncomfortable, so I just want to get this out of the way and just issue a formal apology before the video starts. But in the last video I did something horrible. As a lot of you pointed out, that's my fucking phone. Why did I not put that on silent? God motherfucker. Anyways, in the last video fuck you, phone. In the last video, as a lot of you pointed out, and a lot of you expressed your uncomfort with the fact that I am a male and I'm wearing a choker. And I just want to say I am very sorry if you felt triggered in any way or felt uncomfortable. I try to be a safe space, inclusive to all people of all kinds. And if you ever felt any uncomfort through my actions, I am very sorry. And I just want to say I'm sorry for wearing a choker. So in order to make my audience that were commenting that feel more comfortable and inclusive, because I know some of you are a little bit sensitive to that thing, I'm gonna stop wearing a choker, and I'm gonna wear 2 chokers. This is for you. Oh fuck, I put that upside down. Oh well, fuck it. Anyways, now that everyone feels more comfortable and at home and we're all just vibing now, let me start the story on how I accidentally just completely fucking ruined a Christian camp. So to give you context, my birthday's in July, and my parents don't like celebrating my birthday, so they find any reason not to. And this summer, or not this summer, like fucking 4 summers ago, like a long time ago, and a while ago, it was summer. And my aunt called my mom up, and she was like, yo, there's this Christian camp in Texas over here, because they live in Texas, you know. There's this Christian camp in Texas, and you want your son to come over? Atlas can come over. Your homie's gonna chill with us. We're gonna fucking take care of him for a few months, just vibe in Texas, you know, have a lovely time. My mom was like, ooh, that sounds great. Would love to. Sounds like a lovely time, but that's like a lot of money, homie, and we don't want to spend that much on our son. And they were like, no worries, we'll take care of it. We'll take care of it. All the expenses, don't worry about it. It's ours. We'll pay for it all. And my parents are like, bet, see ya. And then they're like, this is perfect. Now we don't have to talk to our son for a couple of months. And we don't have to pay for it. Shit's insane. So they said this was my birthday present. You know, the thing that my aunt's paying for, and the thing that cost them $0. That was my birthday present, and that's how I spent my birthday. That's how I celebrated my birthday. Anyways, I celebrated my birthday by going to a Christian camp. Me. So that was exciting. But anyways, that's just a little context. That's not even very necessary to the story. But anyways, we go to this Christian camp, and it's this highly celebrated Christian camp. Like, when I tell you, it had like a cult-like following, like. And when I say cult-like following, there was like, going into this, like, there was like cars that were all decked out with the camp. I think it was like something like T-Bar M or something. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But like, there was this like Christian camp, and like the cars were decked out with merch. There was like stickers everywhere in the car. They were literally waving flags outside their car and like yelling while going to the camp. Like, the parents were yelling, the kids were like, whoa, we're going to fucking Christian camp, boys. And they were yelling on the way in, and we were like in the line driving to the Christian camp, which is in the middle of nowhere in Texas, and people were yelling, celebrating. You know those cars that like just got married, and the wife and the groom are like, yeah, we got fucking married, and they're just yelling, screaming, having a good time. It was like that, but with like everyone there, and like everyone there had this cult-like following towards this fucking Christian camp, and it was wild as fuck. And like, they were just screaming and yelling, just going into it, and like, it was insane. I've never seen anything like that. But anyways, we go into this Christian camp, you know, and I go with my cousin, because we're both like 15 at the time, I think, and I go with my cousin there. So we get placed into the same cabin because it's separated by age group, you know, and we all have each of our cabins and stuff, and like, they take away everything. You're not allowed to have anything there. So we get into our cabin, we settle on our bunk beds, we set up, and they're like, all right, get the fuck out of the cabin. We're like, what? And they're like, get out. And they search all of our belongings, and I brought stuff for my asthma, because I had like really bad asthma back in the day, because not that I had asthma, I was just a fucking smoker, you know. So I had really bad asthma back in the day, so I had like lung problems, or asthma. It's just I had fucking lung problems, and so I had like a lot of inhalers and shit in my bag, and they were like, what is this? I was like, it's in my hair. They're like, you didn't clear it beforehand. We're gonna put this in the infirmary. You're not allowed to have this. And I was like, oh shit. And they also like took all my like medication, because I don't know, antidepressants, anti-anxiety, and they were like, what the fuck is this? Are you sneaking drugs into the fucking camp? You're sneaking drugs into the camp. I'm like, that's my antidepressants, homie. I need that. And they're like, they didn't clear it before you got it. And I was like, I didn't know you were supposed to clear it. And they're like, get rid of it. Put it in the infirmary. And then they were like, what is this? And I was like, it's a fucking book. And they held up this book and they were like, we did not clear books in this camp. You're not allowed to read. And then they took away that, and they were like, put it in the infirmary. You could have it when we're done. And I was just like, Jesus fucking Christ. And obviously they took away our phones, but I just thought that was funny. They like took away all of my medication and shit and was just like, you are no longer breathing as long as you're in this camp because you didn't clear beforehand. Get the fuck out of here. And I was just like, okay. Anyways, so we're vibing, and I have like the most fucking crackhead group. Like, there's like these two crackheads, like, you know, you remember the annoying loud like fat guy from fucking Superbad? I had that exact person. He looked exactly like Jonah Hill, the actor that played that character, and he acted exactly like him. Like, they are the same person, except they didn't curse as much because we're in Christian camp, and if we curse we have to do 15 push-ups, and that's fucked up, bro. So I had Jonah Hill in my camp, and then I had this dude named Joe Blue. I fucking love Joe Blue. He had long hair, and mind you, this is the middle of nowhere in Texas in a fucking Christian camp. Homie showed up, long blue hair, gorgeous locks, and screwdriver earrings. He had earrings that were freaking screwdrivers, and like, he looks like a stoner, and I was like, I fuck with this dude. And he was like obviously a little bit fruity, you know, a little bit and like, he like talked with a lisp, and like, everyone thought he was a freak and a weirdo, because he was a little bit of a freak and a weirdo. We'll get into that later, but I fucked with him heavily. I saw that guy and was like, I fuck with you, bro. I fuck with you. And then we had my cousin there, and then like this sports guy that saw the Jonah Hill character, and then like they just bounced off each other immediately. And then there was me, and I think there was this one other person that was kind of shy, but then eventually they warmed up to us. So the group's ganged up, and we're all just like introducing each other. We're talking about the Bible and shit, and then eventually after talking about the Bible, we start warming up to each other, and everyone just clicks immediately. We all are fucking vibing, dude. We're cracking jokes and stuff. We're freaking vibing. Like, when I tell you, me and the homies were screaming. Like, the first night, I almost lost my voice. By the second night, I lost my voice completely. It was fucking gone because us crackheads were just fucking screaming, making stupid jokes. Like, I just remember, like, we had a bunch of, like, inside jokes. Like, hey, girl, I'm 6'2", but when I stand out my money, I'm 5'8", because I'm in debt, baby. Just stupid shit like that. And, like, just jokes that you wouldn't even understand. Like, what the fuck was another one? Just something about like a blue pill or something. I don't fucking know. They were just the stupidest jokes, and we had a bunch of them. And one of the most infamous jokes to ever come of that camp, of all of existence, I am so proud of, because I made it up. Second day, we're on recess, and like, there's just this like giant thing. There's like a pool, there's like this weight room, there's a basketball court right next to the weight room, there's like everything. You could do whatever the fuck you want. And we were on intermission from the Bible stuff, you know, so we were just messing around. And I take the Jonah Hill character, and I'm fucking vibing with him. We're just messing around, and then there's these girls like near the weights, and then we think it's funny. We pick up these 5-pound weights, and we're just like, just like fucking pretending like this 5-pound weights is like this Herculean task to lift. We're like just like deadlifting 5 pounds and just like acting like we're the most strong people ever, just flexing in front of these girls like, you see that, baby? And they're just laughing, like, oh, like, hee hee. And then the camp counselor comes up to us. He's like, hey, what you doing, bro? What the fuck you doing? And we were just like, we're just getting our workout in, bro. And he's like, no, you're there. You're trying to impress the girls. You're trying to impress the girls. We would like it if you step back. And we're like, we're not impressing these girls. And then he's like, oh, yeah? Are you sure? And I was like, yeah. I'm just trying to get a good workout. And he's like, who you doing those reps for? I look at him dead in the face. And I go, I'm doing these reps for Jesus, baby. And then I fucking yell, reps for Jesus. My homie starts dying laughing, and then I start cranking up some things, cranking up some fucking weight lifts, just doing my workout thing, just going reps for Jesus, and eventually my homie's laughing. He goes, fucking reps for Jesus, dude. And then we get in trouble, and then once you get in trouble, you have to do push-ups, because that's the punishment if you're a guy. I don't know what the fucking punishment for a girl was, but that's the whole thing. If you get in trouble, you have to do push-ups. So then he was like, hey, I don't like that. Knock it off. Do some push-ups now. And then, of course, me being me, I do some push-ups. And while I'm doing push-ups, reps for Jesus, baby. And it became this whole thing. We thought it was the funniest shit ever. So everywhere we went, we were just yelling reps for Jesus. And it spread like fucking wildfire. There was literally times where we were like on the lake, and then we would be on a boat, and we would like hang on the rails of the boat doing pull-ups, just yelling reps for Jesus. And eventually it spread throughout the whole camp. And I was so proud, because I was walking. And, like, there's different age groups for everyone. It's, like, middle school to seniors in high school. And we were, like, 15 at the time. And we saw, like, the 6th graders doing push-ups, yelling reps for Jesus. We saw the high school seniors doing reps for Jesus, just yelling out while they're doing push-ups. And I was so proud. I did that. Granted, I think I ripped it off of a fitness YouTuber I thought was funny as shit at the time. But I spread the word. I spread the word of the Swoley Bible. We'll get into that later. But everyone was reps for Jesus in. Everyone was saying reps for Jesus. And I was so proud. It was beautiful. Anyways, so the reps for Jesus start spreading like wildfire. And I'm vibing. And we're like, and by the way, like, the whole time, like, by the way, this is like a week-long camp or something. The whole time my voice is gone. So when I say reps for Jesus, I'm not going reps for Jesus. I'm going reps for Jesus. Something like that. I don't think that's how my voice sounded at all. But it was dead, and it sounded like I was going through puberty. Okay? So I was just yelling, reps for Jesus. Fucking like Scooby-Doo or something. I don't know, man. But it was fucked up. I lost my voice like very early on, and it was fucked up. And that's going to come important later. But anyways, so we're just yelling out reps for Jesus. And we're just gonna, let's skip to the end, because we're gonna get the reps for Jesus part out there, and then we're just gonna like move on to the fun stuff, or not the fun stuff, the other stuff that's not reps for Jesus. So we start this whole cult, and eventually the whole camp knows reps for Jesus. Like, everyone's like doing reps for Jesus, and even the girls are laughing. They're not participating, but they're laughing, and all the boys, like every single the boy in that camp was doing reps for Jesus. It's fucked up. So then eventually we have to do like we have like a talent show. We have a talent show, and whoever wins goes to a pool party. Whoever wins gets a pool party. The winner of the boy talent show and the winner of the girl talent show go to a fucking pool party together. And mind you, this is a Christian camp. I was so excited because we weren't allowed to have our phones. We weren't allowed to have nothing. And all the girls were not allowed to wear revealing clothing. Like, if you wore revealing clothing, you'd get punished into the depths of hell. So we had no action. We had no action. And we were fucking thirsty as fuck. And a pool party with the winner of the girls group? Are you kidding me, bro? It was insane. So we were like, we're ready. So then they were like, what's your skit going to be? Because we were all doing comedy skits for the talent show, because we had no fucking talents. You know, we were like 15-year-old losers, you know. I think Joe Blue knew how to play guitar, but they obviously didn't let the fucking guitar in. So we were like, all right, we need to come up with a comedy skit. And I was like, I got it. The Reps for Jesus comedy skit. So we plan out this full comedy skit. Our camp counselors plan out this comedy skit with us, and we're ready. We're ready. So then, like, eventually, like, one of the last days rolls around, and we're gonna backtrack later. Don't worry, I'm gonna fill you in on the whole camp, but we're just gonna speed through this process just to get this part of the story out of the way. Then we'll go into the other stuff later. But for now, one of the last days comes around, and it's comedy skit time. We're dedicated. We're fucking dedicated to this. We're ready. We got the skit down. So there's like a trap door in this, and like, so there's like this platform right here, right over the like over the like the lake, you know, and there's this platform, and under the platform is this rocky ass, dusty ass, dirty ass, like underbelly of the platform. There's just dirt everywhere. There was rocks everywhere. It was very uncomfortable. There was cobwebs, and I hid under that for like a good 15 minutes while my homies were doing the skit and like setting up the skit. So they were all setting up the skit, and they got like we took the whole weight gym and we like put it over here, you know. So they set it up while I was in the trap door, and I was just like okay with it because I didn't have to like carry all the heavy weights and like put it on the thing for the skit, you know. So I was vibing, but also I got very dirty and there was like spiders crawling on me. It was unfortunate. Anyways, I'm going on a tangent, but anyways, so the skit starts, and the camp counselor starts off with this interview, and then he's reading from the Swoley Bible, you know, spreading the good word of the gospel, the Swoley Bible gospel, because like Jesus and stuff, it's a Christian camp. What the fuck do you expect? And then they interview the gym, and then it's a Christian gym. I don't know what you expect from me. It's Christian comedy. It's the funniest thing I could think of. Okay, don't judge me. But anyways, so they're going around. We're talking, and then they're like, yeah, benches for repentance, bro. Squats for pure thoughts. Shit like that. And then eventually one guy just starts going crazy. He's going crazy. And then everyone's like, oh my god, he's going crazy. And he starts like deadlifting like as fast as he can, like doing 20,000 deadlifts a second. And he's like, oh my god, he's going fucking crazy. And the guy goes, reps for Jesus, reps for Jesus, reps for Jesus. And then like he just goes crazy. And then has a heat stroke and fucking passes out. The whole crowd goes silent. They were laughing. He passes out. Crowd goes silent. Everyone gasps. Everyone goes, and that's when I come out of the trap door. I literally jump out of the trap door. I run over to where he passed out. I goes, guys, I got this. I pick him up. I deadlift him. I go like that, and I was so in the fucking moment. I was so in the moment. Like, I was literally so into it. I, like, accidentally threw him, and when I threw him up a little bit, and then he landed straight on his back, and all you hear is just, oh, fuck! And then I go, deadlift! And everyone goes crazy. Everyone goes crazy, and we're all just chanting, raps for Jesus, bro. And then the fucking crowd went crazy. It was insane. It was one of the most insane memories of my life. Everyone was going fucking crazy. And we swore we had it in the bag. We swore we won the competition. We were so fucking confident. We were like, oh yeah, see you at the pool party, babies. You know, going up with all the girl groups, going like, I wonder who's gonna meet us at the pool party. You know, it was fucked up. And then, eventually, we find out who won. And we lost. The refs for Jesus, literally one of the most insane, that was my peak of my life. That was the funniest I've ever been in my life. It was insane. I accidentally threw a person and actually like hurt his back. His back was tweaked for like a week. Like when we were leaving the fucking camp, his back was still tweaked. I broke this man's back. It was the funniest shit I've ever seen. And we lost. And like we lost to this dude that was just moaning in the microphone. And like it was weird, and we were all uncomfortable, but they somehow won. And their name was like Schmidt's Creek, because we all had our like each cabin had their own name, you know. We were like Black Rock Cafe or something, and they were Schmidt's Creek. And one of my guys started like just dissing them, calling them Statutory Creek, because like there was like they were underage and they were moaning, and like they were talking about like picking up these girls, and then they were like moaning or something, and we were like, that's fucked up. So then we called them Sagittary Creek, and we got in big trouble for that. Homie Jonah Hill, the homie that was calling them Sagittary Creek, almost got kicked out of the camp for it. It was fucked up. And then he did get kicked out of the camp because we were like fighting with them. We had a feud with Sagittary Creek right now because we deserved that pool party. We deserved to see some boobies. We deserved to see some tibbies at the pool party. But Sagittary fucking Creek took this from us. So we had some beef. We were in the showers and we were beefing with them, you know? And it was fucked up. So then we were like pulling pranks on them, you know? And so we we did this thing we like to call an upper decker. We went to the toilets, and then we like, you know how there's like that like the inside the toilet thing, you could take off the top of the toilet, and then there's like all the like things that like make the toilet work, you know, and there's like the water, so then like when you flush it, it like flushes the toilet and re-waters it. Jonah Hill took a poopy in the water thing, so like every time you flush it, it's poopy water that comes back. So he was pissed. So we went to Sagittarius Creek's bathroom, made an upper decker, and took a poopy in the water. So every time they flushed it, they had poopy water. It was fucked up. And we also, Jonah Hill got caught. We were on top of the stalls. So like, you know, there was stalls. And he was on top of the stalls doing parkour in the ceiling, hanging onto the rails, taking a poop. And then like there was a guy below him. Like there was literally a guy below him making the trajectory. He was like, I think we're good. It's ready for landing. And he's like, it's ready for landing. And he's like, yeah. So then he's just in the sky, just like, all right, let's go. And then the guy's like planning the trajectory, doing fucking advanced mathematics. He's like, we're ready. You're in the clear. And then homie just poops in the toilet from the sky. And we're all just sitting there laughing. And then one of the camp counselors comes in, and he just looks at this dude pooping on the ceiling into the toilet. Like, it's a 20-foot poop. Like, the ceiling was very big. He was all the way up there pooping, and then the poop landed into the toilet and made a big plunk. And we were all laughing. And because we were all laughing, the counselor came in and was like, why is everyone laughing in the bathroom? And he just came into this guy on the ceiling pooping. And we were just like, he was just like, what the fuck, dude? And we were laughing. And yeah, that's why Jonah Hill got kicked out. That was fucked up. Anyways, I'm so sorry. I'm genuinely so sorry. I was planning on making this one video, but as of right now, recording, it's like 20 minutes in, and I still have a lot to say. I have a lot of videos to say. I have a lot to say on this video, and we're already 20 minutes in. So I'm so sorry. I normally don't do this. I literally make it an effort to, if I have a story, put it all in one part, and I apologize for this. But there's so much that happens in this camp that I physically cannot put it all in one part. So I'm very sorry to say this. This is the most tragic thing I've ever had happen on this YouTube channel. And I've had some fucked up shit happen on this YouTube channel. But I'm going to have to end this video here and make a part 2. So if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will come back literally tomorrow with part 2. Thank you for watching. I appreciate y'all. See you tomorrow.